All right, guys, welcome to my channel today. We got the HappyRun. This is the G70. This thing's a cargo bike. Believe it or not, I don't think it looks like a cargo bike, but you do take the rear seat off, you take this off, and they got a big rack that goes here. They did not have the rack when they shipped me the bike. They are going to ship me the rack as soon as it comes in. So they're saying this thing's a cargo bike. I think it looks awesome the way it is. It's just a nice looking bike. I like the way the batteries make it all flow together. And the dual batteries are awesome. Don't like the fact that the batteries are individual. They do not blend the batteries on this bike. I am going to blend the batteries later on, so you're going to want to check that out. But right now, these batteries are individual batteries. So you're going to use one, and then you're going to use the second battery. So I guess the advantage to that is, so you've got an 18 amp hour battery on the bottom, you got a 20 amp hour battery on the top. So if you ran the bottom battery only, there's a switch underneath so you can go back and forth. There's also switches on them. You could turn it off and turn the other one on. So you could run out, I don't know, 20 miles and the battery goes dead. Flip it over to the top battery and it's a bigger battery. You're definitely going to make it home. So that's an advantage there, I guess. I happen to like the fact that if you blend the two batteries together, you don't have a voltage sag because you do have a 1,000-watt motor on the back of this thing and it does peak at 2,000. So I would like to have more voltage available to that motor to give it that little extra bump. So that's what we're going to do there. But this thing is an awesome bike, guys. Let's take a look at it. This little S button turns the bike on. It also changes the pass levels once you get the screen up, but you need the NFC card here to turn the bike on, so wham, it's up and running. You've got quite a bit of stuff on the screen. You've got your battery level, your speed, your odometer reading. There's the light there that indicates the NFC card. This is the directional, and you've got the directional again on the other side, right and left, and you got a nice little audible beep with that too, so that's really nice. I love it when they have that. So your headlight is right there when the headlight's on. Headlight is very bright on this bike, and you also have directionals and you have flashes if you needed them. So front and rear directionals, flashes, brake light, and running lights. Just an awesome bike to be out on the road with at night. You've got your brake light here showing you all the lights running. And the headlight, when it's off, has a halo around it, so you're constantly running with a light. You've got plastic fenders on it. You've got pretty aggressive tires on this thing. They're 20 by 4-inch tires. You have a dual crown suspension fork on this, and you've got lockouts on the top here, and this you can adjust the level of bounce, and the lockout is over here. You've got this little thing here. I'm not sure what's supposed to go there. I looked for accessories. I didn't see it. You've got a little button here to see the battery level. Both batteries have it. You got an on-off switch on this thing and your charging port. You've also got a key to take the batteries off and on. This is a 20 amp hour on the bottom and an 18 amp hour on the top. You've got a small chain ring on this, which leads to ghost pedaling. You have nice aluminum pedals on this. I put this little chain guide here, which I suggest that you do because the chain bounces up and down. It's going to take the paint off. You've got a 7-speed derailleur on this thing, and you've got a derailleur guard. You've got a 7-speed freewheel on this, which has a 14 on the bottom and a 32 on the top. You've also got a 1,000-watt motor that peaks at 2,000. You've got plastic fenders with a nice little flare on the back of it. You've got a backrest for the seat, and this little piece comes off here, and they have a whole rack you can put on the back of that if you want. So I kind of like it the way it is. The seat is awesome, and it feels really comfortable driving down the road. These are stops so that when you turn this, it hits the bar instead of just the whole thing clunking into it. So you got to make sure you have those adjusted right. You have the DY island brakes, and this little thing here is to make the lever go in and out. You've got it on both sides, so that way there you can tailor it to how you want that lever to feel. You've got the rear shock on this thing, and it is adjustable. On the top there, you can spin this thing, and it will increase or decrease depending on what you want. They've got a nice little lightning bolt here on it, which is kind of nice. It's on both sides. You got the DY island brakes again. You've got a 160 rotor on this thing. A little small, but it works fine, and they're nice and quiet. You've got a nice little reflective line on the back of this also with the 20 by 4-inch tires. Nice styling on this bike all around. Your controller is in that box under the seat. So you've got the same DIY island brakes up on the front. You've got a 160 millimeter rotor on the front also. The grips on this thing are fixed. They don't turn. They're nice. I like the little pad on it. You've got your light switch, your horn, and your directionals. So here's another look at those two adjustments for the front fork. You've got this battery light here, which I was talking about, but you can see it a little bit better there. It's on both upper and lower. So again, the kickstand on this thing is very sufficient and holds the bike up well.
All right, here out on the HappyRun G70. Not a very comfortable bike to pedal, I can tell you that. It's, pedals are really underneath me. I'm in pedal assist 1 right now, going up a hill, and I'm working at it about 8 miles an hour. So I'm going to knock it into 2. That's going to give us, I think, about, going downhill though, so let's wait until we hit the bottom. This thing's ghost pedaling at 20 miles an hour. I can tell you, I'm not even at 20 yet, and I'm pedaling like crazy. But it does have a small crank on it. Looking at about 15 miles an hour in pedal assist 2. We'll knock it up to 3. And we're looking at about 20 miles an hour, I'd say. So we'll go to 4. And at 20 miles an hour, I got pedal resistance at 19, but I'm pedaling like crazy, if you guys can see. We'll go to 5, see what that does for us. By the way, it's 23 degrees here today. So this is going to put us, I have to throttle because I'm ghost pedaling. So we're throttling, we're at 27, 28, 28 miles an hour throttling. So we got dual batteries on this thing. We have a 18 and we have a 20. But I can tell you that both batteries are charged, and I'm showing 1 bar, 2 bars right now, the red one and the green one. The cruise control, if you leave it long enough, will just stay in cruise control. 29, 30 miles an hour. And it's holding at 30. I can tell the motor's shut off. We're at 31, but I can tell the motor's off. All right, the battery's recovered to 4 bars. I'm just doing a little test ride here today. Yeah, definitely you got some voltage saggage in this thing because it brings down that battery. You know, you don't have a meter on this thing as far as telling you what the voltage is. Both batteries do have a gauge on it as far as, you know, their own lights. And I checked them and they were both all the way to the top. So I think we're seeing voltage sag on this battery here. Kind of a neat little display. We have directionals on this thing. We have brake lights. We have directionals front and rear, which is really nice. I did stick a mirror on this thing. It's a very nimble bike because it's nice and short. Yes, we are on the rail trail again. I'm going to put it in 1 and see if we can get this cruise control to kick in. Yeah, cruise control's kicked in. There's a little light there. So that's kind of nice, but you got to know about it. And you just hold the throttle in one position for a while and your cruise control locks in. I see that top battery going on and off there, so definitely voltage sag we're seeing in that gauge. We have a 1,000-watt motor on this. They say it peaks at 2,000. So this is, I mean, granted, I got a hat on and everything, which is going to cut the sound down, but it's a very quiet bike, at least at this speed it is. Very nimble. These mopeds tend to be nimble because they're more like a motorcycle. We have a dual crown fork on the front, and we have a suspension shock on the rear. So we do have full suspension on this. The seat is pretty wide, pretty comfortable. So far, I like it. I don't like the pedaling. Definitely not a pedal bike. I would have to increase the chain ring and somehow bring the seat up, but then bringing the seat up would put me too high to get on and off the bike. It would be very uncomfortable. I think we'll knock this to pedal assist 2 and get a little more speed because there is no one on this trail today. Or was I already in 2? I think I was in 2, so let's knock it up to 3. I might have been in 1. I think when I did that, I shut the throttle off, the cruise control. So we're in pedal assist 2, and it's holding us about 15 to 16 miles an hour. So I would say it's showing 1 mile on the trip here. Like I said, I'm not even sure how to get this thing. I know it had a combination of the start switch over here and something else. I just don't know what. So I'm sure these batteries probably don't like this cold too much either. So if I throttle it or hit the brakes, I cancel the cruise control, which is nice. But love the fact that it's got directionals, brake light, and all that on it. It's got a nice bright light on this thing too. And it's got a nice little halo in the light so that you can be seen during the daytime. So when I pedal, the pass does not override the cruise control. So that's interesting. Yeah, definitely. I'm 5'10", but I'm really 5'9.5". I take a 29-inch inseam on my pants, and this bike is not comfortable to pedal. So, just trying to see how far I can sit back on the seat. I'm all the way back. It actually helps a little bit, but then the handlebars would have to be rolled back to me a little bit, and I'd be more comfortable. So that's what I might do. I still have it in cruise control. It's in pass 2. We're doing 15 miles an hour. So let me knock it up. It cancels the cruise when I knock it up. So 3 locks in it. 18 it came on at, and it's holding us about 19, 18, 19, 17. And according to this, we have 3 miles on it now. See how this thing does a little off-roading here. We got full suspension on this though, so I want to try it out.
So this is more of a footpath around here, but I go down here with the bikes all the time, and it's a fun ride, and it's nice because, beautiful lake, it's a reservoir, so just giving you guys a little history on it. So let's check out the ride.
It's not doing bad.
Again, we're bumping along here, going over some rocks and logs and roots, and this thing is doing great. The suspension works really well on this bike, considering that it's just a single spring in the back, and it works well. So I enjoyed it very much going down here, and I think you guys will too.
At least there's an audible beep when you go into cruise control, so you know you're in cruise control. Brakes work good on this. They're nice and quiet. This has the DYI brakes on it.
Actually, DY Island, not DYI.
Good picture opportunity over here, so kind of taking it down onto these rocks.
So I stopped here to get some shots of the bike with the ice and everything, so it looked really nice. I thought you guys would enjoy it, so I left these in here. The lake is quite opened up, but we had a lot of wind. In fact, you can hear the wind blowing in a couple places on this, but really cool looking, guys, so I thought I'd leave it in here to show you.
It's freaking cold out here, guys. Yeah, this thing is not bad for riding on this. You know, we went down there before. Didn't really go anywhere good, but let's see. Got a little bridge to go across here. Oh, and then we got a log across the... We hopped right over that. And it made it. And we're in 3, so. Pretty sure that log was there the last time it came down here, too. This is, like I said, a very nimble bike, especially doing stuff like this is kind of fun. See how it does over the log this way. We've got the gravity working with us here, right over it. So again, guys, we're just relying on throttle pretty much today, so I want to see what the battery gauges say. They still say they're fully charged. I mean, this thing should have some range. We're sitting with a lot of battery, even though we are leaning on the throttle quite a bit. This thing has 38 amp hours of battery on it. Seven miles an hour up a pretty steep hill here. Now she's picking up speed. "21 miles an hour, and I am pedaling like a madman here. 23 miles an hour. 24. Yeah, I'm done pedaling. Cruise control is on, holding us at 26 miles an hour. Knocked the pass down to, I think we were comfortable at 3. A lot of audible stuff on this, which I like. I like being able to hear when something's being done. I'm going to try to see if I can pedal this and see if the cruise control turns on. I don't think so, though. Nah. Clipping right along here pretty fast. But this bike seems to be able to, suspension-wise, seems to be able to handle this. This would be a good bike to do a night ride on, though, because it has really nice lighting on it. So I don't love the way this meter works on the battery. I really wish they had a... seems like an awful, you know, A lot of voltage sag here. I should open it up and see what they have for a battery balancer. So according to this, we're at 7 miles, but I don't know how accurate it is because it definitely seemed like I actually should stop here and I'll turn my GPS on. This thing definitely, it doesn't rocket off the start. So, it's not going to scare you, let's put it that way. I would say the one thing that could scare you would be the cruise control on this, where it comes on all by itself. It's kind of strange. Turn the headlight on here, see how it is. Got it facing, I've never adjusted this, so I think I'll go out a little bit. I can tell you right now though, it's a pretty bright light. A lot better than most of the bikes that I got. For sure, this thing would be a really nice bike to ride at night. All right, let's see how accurate this thing is. Looks like it's pretty accurate, 20. Actually, there's a battery switch on this. I want to make sure this thing has got both batteries on.
So I was really confused this ride. I couldn't understand why the two batteries were going down so fast. I had no idea that there wasn't a battery balancer in this thing. So I kept checking the switch, making sure the battery's on, and it needs a battery balancer, guys, unless you really want the feature of having a reserve battery.
And I believe it does. Very nice to have those turn signal indicator lights and the audible part of it, so you don't forget them on. According to this, we've come a mile, and I haven't seen this odometer on this thing turn over. It's at 8 miles. I'm pretty sure we did more than 8 miles. The next time, though, I will run the GPS the entire time so we can find out. See what we can hit for a speed going down this hill. 25 at that point. And according to the max speed we've hit is 23.4. And according to this, we're at 26. So the speedometer on the bike is a little bit high. We'll go down the road down here. So we're showing 15, 17, 21 on the bike, 18, 20 on the GPS, 22 on the bike. So 20 miles an hour, 21, 19, 19. So it's definitely off a little bit. We definitely get some voltage drop in this thing. It seems like it anyways. See what the battery lights say on this thing. Still showing all the batteries here. I gotta get out the little card and turn the bike on. I think I shut it down to one. Now I'm showing all. We might have been running on one battery today. So now I got 5 battery bars back. Let's see if that makes a difference.
So the only thing I did there was actually turn on the other battery and turn off the one that was already discharging. So I thought I had both batteries running, but it was just because I turned on the full battery, and that's why we had more power.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it just showed 5 battery bars because we turned it on and off. But anyways, guys, this is, like I said, This is our first impression ride on the HappyRun, and it's a nimble bike. I don't think it's for everybody. It's fun, and it's not like the Rev 1, that's for sure. Rev 1 is a pretty quick, powerful bike. This is just a bike to go out and enjoy, and if you want to throttle, go along, 20 miles an hour or less or whatever. We were doing 28 miles an hour on this thing. And it's a comfortable bike, seat-wise, really nice. Not the greatest bike to pedal, unless you're going to sit all the way back. If you're going to sit all the way back, you're going to have to roll these bars back a little bit, which I'm probably going to do. I had them rolled back, but then I thought it was they were better upright, which they look better upright.
All right, guys, hang in there because we are going to put the battery balancer in and take it for a ride.
But this thing, so we were cruising on this throttle at 25 miles an hour when we started on this thing. And we're at 18 now. So there's definitely some voltage drop in this thing, even though the gauge is saying it's full. On the batteries, definitely not full. All right, guys, so we are pedaling up this hill and throttling at the same time. We're doing a whopping 11 miles an hour, but it's going up it, and it's getting faster now, and I'm pedaling like crazy. So drop some more gears on it. But anyways, guys, we're at the end of our ride here. We're up and out on this HappyRun. We got the battery blender on it this time, and I want to see if the battery goes up or down. So the battery is still dropped a little bit in 5, but not like it was before. We are throttling the HappyRun up to 27 miles an hour, 28. Holding at 28 miles an hour, 27. But yes, it is a lot better with the battery blender now. We're past 3. We are at 21 miles an hour, 20. So past 3 is around 20 miles an hour. 27, 30 miles an hour, 31, 32, holding at 32 miles an hour.
All right, I'm just going to cruise on this thing. We're going to keep the speed up there, though, so we're going to be doing, 29-ish, 30-something-ish for the rest of this ride, which isn't going to be very long. I just wanted to go out there and test this thing. The battery blender balancer made a huge difference on this bike. It is definitely something that I recommend unless you want to have that reserve battery and then leave it the way it is. So I like to get as much out of my bikes as I can, so it definitely worked out. See how much faster we're going up the hill now that these things are working together. So what this thing does, it sips from either battery, whichever one's got the higher voltage, it'll take from there and keep switching back and forth. So this thing is a joy to ride now. You guys will be very happy with this, I believe. If you put the blender in, and it's a piece of cake. You get T60 connectors underneath the seat. I pulled the switch, all the wires off the switch, made room to slide the battery balancer in. It all fit in, put the seat back on, and it's awesome now. As you can see, this thing flies right along. It's a lot of fun. Not quite as fast without the battery balancer. So keep that in mind, guys, and buy one if you want. We're going to wrap this thing up. Please use my code. It's going to be down in the comments. It's not going to get you a discount, but somewhere down the line, they'll probably give me a discount so I can discount this bike. Right now, it's so brand new that you're lucky that you can even get a hold of one. So I think this thing's going to be a really popular bike for them because it's really awesome looking. And the dual battery is super big plus. So thanks for watching. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching my video today. And if you are interested in buying a bike or something, please check with my affiliate links. That helps the channel out greatly. Again, guys, hit that like and subscribe on the way out. And thank you very much for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you.